Hi, welcome to this channel on magnetic energy, technology, principles, applications. This video is about, event orchestration, and this is highly unconventional information, and you really kind of have to be out there to even want to listen to this. So it's, over the years, we've been given hundreds of little bits of information that have come true in reality, and that's partly why we take the information seriously. There are also many bits of information that we have been given that have not come to pass yet. And so that, you just got to do whatever you're going to do with that. I mean, maybe timing is part of it. Maybe event orchestration is part of it. So the part of this idea is that there are a lot of beings, higher beings, that are involved in the affairs of our world, our solar system, and everything. And part of that's because of the contamination that we have caused around the solar system, with nuclear testing and everything, and how it's caused all kinds of disruption in magnetic flow streams through our solar system, and quantum level problems and pollution and contamination and everything. So it's attracted all kinds of attention. This is the idea, okay? This is basically the information we've been given. And then along with this is one of the biggest things that we were told is that electricity is the primary cause of ozone depletion, and that we are so close to like extinction level, and I've talked about this in other videos, extinction level events and extinction ratios getting past tipping points and everything. And so there's, all around the world right now, you'll hear reports of UFOs like hovering over volcanoes, and then the eruptions like subsiding. UFOs hovering over earthquake fault lines, and then the earthquake is not as dramatic as it was predicted to be. Even over hurricanes, even over tornadoes, all kinds of things. And then it goes on beyond that. Obviously, we don't have a lot that, there's so much being suppressed right now to the public from what's happening in our solar system with various objects that are moving through the solar system, including like 3I Atlas and others. And the amount of suppression is just off the charts. It's not even funny. And there are so many private meetings being held about this kind of thing all the time, and they're even including private labs to do analysis and everything, and so it's a huge deal globally, and there are so many unexplained phenomena that are happening around the solar system right now, and things that they're just not natural objects. But at the same time, there are higher beings that are commissioned, if you will, or given the authority to orchestrate events, to suppress certain like earth changes, to orchestrate what's happening with the sun and solar flares and everything. And so there's so much technology involved. And so really one of the big questions that has always come up with us is, well, why don't you just let things keep going the way they are, let electricity keep happening as long as it's necessary, and then all of you with higher technology just simply, keep putting band-aids on these, just temporary fixes, basically. Keep supplementing the ozone layer, keep the ionosphere in balance, keep cleaning out the radioactive material if it gets too much, keep cleansing out the magnetosphere and everything, the Van Allen belts, and just keep working with the sun and making sure we don't get blasted by huge solar flares and everything. So you could say, well, why don't you just keep doing that indefinitely and just, give us a 1,000 years to change or whatever? And the thing is, it's, as long as they are commissioned to do that kind of thing, they'll keep doing it. But the message that we've gotten so strongly is there's a timeline on this. There's a deadline. They can't keep doing that forever. And as soon as it's no longer their job to do it, all of a sudden they won't have the ability to do it. It's kind of like fighting against an energy field that immediately will institute like energy blockages and forces and everything to stop them from, they will just know it. These are higher beings. So as soon as the time is up, they will stop. helping us, and they will stop orchestrating events. They will stop suppressing earth changes and everything at the very moment that they are guided to stop doing it, because they don't really fight the system, if you will, the universal mind. They're not stupid. But even if they tried to do it, so many forces would immediately be commissioned that they would be forced to stop. And so it's one of those things where, as long as they're permitted to, and as long as they have the authority to do it, they're going to keep suppressing events, and making sure that this little play that we have going keeps going on, that the show must go on. And so, but until it doesn't. And so, and when it doesn't, when things are allowed to happen and become more severe with the volcanic activity, more severe with the earthquakes, more severe with all that kind of stuff, then you really, we know, and it's probably still, I would guess it's probably still a few years away before that really happens, because if 2026 is really the beginning of this whole kind of accelerated ascension program, as they're going to probably keep suppressing earth changes until humanity gets through a kind of a few years of the ascension program, so that there's less chaos when earth changes are allowed to take place. And then we move into the whole pole shift and all that kind of stuff. And so, but until that happens, I think, if you see very dramatic events starting to happen, and they're being allowed to happen, things are getting pretty fucking serious. and it's like, oh, wow, But until that point, I think we're okay, and I think everything will continue to go on. They will keep the status quo. They will protect people. They will protect the environment as long as they're allowed to do so. And I'm not even really sure what even the point of this video is, other than we have a lot of interstellar beings, interdimensional beings, a lot of family, if you will, family, friends, guides, and everything that are looking out very, very intensely for us, and really working with this planet and working with everything that's going on. And really, I think 3i Atlas, one of the messages that we got on it is it's a delivery vehicle, and it has delivered things to the solar system that are very important, and that will be instituting changes coming up starting in 2026. And so, orchestrated events are just part of this reality and part of this level of consciousness. It's been happening for a long time. It happens in people's lives on a daily basis, but it's happening on a global scale as well. And so just rest assured that things are very difficult for a lot of people right now, and I understand that. This fall has been very tame compared to the possible events that really were on tap to occur, and hopefully none of those events will either never occur, or they won't occur until we're in some level of ascension, and we've had some technology coming out to help support humanity through those types of intense type of earth changes. So I think everything's cool. Please send in any comments and questions that you have, and maybe I'll get to another video on the objects and their meaning and what the purpose is behind them from a higher level that are coming through the solar system and they will be impacting pretty much everything on this planet. And so, man, the level of suppression is unbelievable right now, you guys. You just have no idea unless you're part of this community and part of these kind of scientific processes that are doing analysis on this and stuff. It's really kind of mind-blowing. So with that, I will see you again next time. Take care.